News Talk 1400 WOND welcomes you to the Kevin Hall Show program, where your calls are important, but so is dialogue and finding solutions. Dial 609-927-1100 to share your views and become a doer, not just a complainer. 927-1100. That's 609-927-1100. Now here's your host, Kevin Hall.
And thank you so much, JP. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Kevin Hall Show program for this Friday, the 5th day of June, 2015. Spoke with Henry Hank Green, the executive producer and co-host of the show program, a couple of hours ago, and told me he would meet me here at the studio. I'm still waiting to meet him. But Nick Wargo is here. Good evening, Nick. And I'm trying. I remember last week's show, I was starting to feel up again. And then there was this week. We did have the primary elections. No real upsets, I don't think. But we'll be talking about that as well. If I sound just a little discombobulated, just an hour and a half ago before coming in to the studio, I got some distressing information. I'll share it with you a little later on. But, just the stark reality of needing to deal with particular issues that you thought and quite frankly were told you would not have to be dealing with is it's a little bit much. I'm talking about what's going on in the city of Atlantic City, especially with regards to the recreation department and the programs that, we have gotten used to having for many, many years, especially the summer programs for jobs for our teens. I just don't know. The latest is that they're not going to do it. So I remember working over at the AC POW, they would have all these classes to, make sure that these teens were ready for interviews and all of that. And it's for naught. $2.8 million. That's how much recreation costs. And the disruption that I have seen in the city, it is just the saddest thing. It's the saddest thing. I hope those that are involved in a lot of these decisions understand the hurt that they are bringing on the community. Yesterday, Hank and I were asked to come by the Martin Luther King complex over in Atlantic City, and they were doing putting together their summer league, their Triple B summer league. And I'm telling you, before this other information came through, I was going to be so up about this, and I might be able to muster a little bit of enthusiasm about it because it was so good. And, I don't live in that world. Hank, maybe a little more readily than I, but I go over there and it's all of these teen, boys over there. And they are going to the MLK complex to be a part of this Triple B Summer League experience. And I just sat there and said, there's nearly 100 kids here. No violence. People are, trying to tout their experiences and remind some of the coaches who are picking teams, who they are and all of this stuff. It was a great thing to see. And I said, why does this have to end? And I just like the way that many of the people on staff were talking to Hank and me. In essence saying that we're going along, acting and operating as if everything is going to be okay. I mean, what else can they do? And so, this summer league, is supposed to last well into the time that these layoffs and everything will transpire. So, it's just kind of a leap of faith that the people behind this Triple B Summer League, some of them coaches from so many years back, they seem to be connected with these children in a way that I think is priceless. I just am having such a hard time trying to figure out how is the destruction of things like this to the betterment of the community. And especially when you know or you believe some of the people who are behind this who seem to totally disregard the community and the history. But I digress. 927-1100 is the number to call if there's something that's on your mind. We're going to talk much more about this because we only have like 21 days or something, whatever. And it is just a sad thing over there. Many kids, asking, what are they going to do? And of course, you try to be up for them. But, how can you tell them? I mean, maybe this is a part of life's lessons. I mean, there really shouldn't be any maybe about that. But when it's you, that's what really gets to you. I mean, I just assumed that there would be some value in the way that the operation that I'm involved in worked, and thought that was going to be the thing that was going to make them say, well, maybe, but no. It is just a completely different situation now with motivations being misunderstood and looking, like a duck and walking like a duck and probably being a duck, but you still just cannot believe that the powers that be would just so disregard the will of the people. I mean, you can't tell me that you have a overwhelming groundswell to cut these summer jobs from the teens, et cetera. Just want to say welcome to Henry Hank Green. He just that's the wrong mic, Hank. Just came into the studio. Good evening, Hank.
Good evening, Kev.
I know you just got back from a trip across the country, so we'll talk about that a little later on if we have some time.
I was listening to you, Kev.
Oh, yes.
You need to get a little bit more
up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
boy, because I'm telling you. This is one of the gentlemen that has been a coach over there for several years, but he's also like a slight legend in the city of Atlantic City.
Legend. The legend.
All right. I was glad that you came in. Let's take this call from Ralph Talley. Everybody knows Ralph. Good evening, Ralph, and welcome to the Kevin Hall Show program.
All right. How you doing, Kev? Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, man. It's just great and quite frankly an honor to get a chance to talk with you and let people hear, some of your thoughts on what's going on here. Ralph, I saw something, I don't get into the whole sports thing, so Hank was looking at me like I was a little crazy, but I was fascinated by, how this whole Triple B basketball league starts, how you go around and you are selecting the players and, it was just so orderly and, a little bit of trash talk, but I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? But I was fascinated by it, and I just said, how come these people who are trying to do this to us don't see this?
Well, my thing is, the people in power, they do not come through to actually see what's going on and put hand bases on the situation. They just going by some information they was told. They need to be there, front and see for themselves. We had over 120 kids in the building yesterday. Mm-hmm. Trying to get this Triple B basketball league together. And in the back of their mind, they wondering, is it really going to go through or is it not? Are we going to be in the streets this summer or are we not? And it's a shame that that recreation has been going on in this city for so long that now it's trying to come to a halt. I'm 51 years old. I've never been I've been an Atlantic City resident all my life. I've never been throughout the summer with our rec program.
Yes, you see, and I mean, and look at the accomplishments that you've made, Ralph. And you come back to Atlantic City. You share your experiences with these kids. I mean, none of us are making money. You know what I'm saying? It's not money. I don't understand. It's only $2.8 million for recreation. $2.8 million for recreation, and we can't find another way to raise $2.8 million so that the kids don't have to be deprived of this historic thing. I mean, we've always had it over 60 years. I heard someone say.
I want to ask a question, Ralph. What happens during the summer? Now, you guys are starting up and you're preparing at this moment. What happens? How does this does it continue? Does it just stop, or do they just stop playing once you guys started? What happens when it comes to June 26th? Mm-hmm.
We the organization, we got together as a whole, as a family. June the 26th, we hoping to go beyond it. But our thoughts is June the 26th. If they allow us to still have the building, we'll still do it for the kids, even if we don't get paid. It's not about us getting paid.
That's right.
It's about the kids.
That's right, Ralph.
It's about the kids. Me, myself, I done been there, been on both sides of the street, done been there and done that. It's over for me, but I'm trying to give it back. Mm-hmm. And it seems like, here it is, I'm trying to do something positive, and they're trying to knock it down. But yet, let me jaywalk. Oh, my Lord. How would the papers look?
Yes.
They'll put all the bad stuff. Yep. But now it comes to a time when somebody trying to do something positive in their life, not really for them, for the kids and the community.
That's right.
And don't nobody want to speak about that.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think is missing? How come they seem to do this, and they got to know that this is playing terribly in the city? Is it just that they don't care, or what?
I mean, it seems like to me they throwing the kids to the streets because where else are they going to go? Here's my thing, Kev, because during the hours that the kids are in rec, it's going to take a tragic situation for a kid to get hurt this summer. And once you read about the incident and hear the kid's name, and you're going to think back and be like, man, like 8 o'clock, this guy was being wrecked.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He'd being wrecked playing basketball, but yet he's out on the street laying on the ground dead.
That's right.
That's what it's going to take for somebody's eyes to open to see that recreation is needed in this community to keep these kids off the streets.
And Triple B was started. We spoke with Stephen Brock yesterday, one of the coaches that's going to be coaching in the tournament, and he expressed how Triple B started off in Pitney Village and how it grew around the city. Mm-hmm. And how it's become a staple within the city, that most of the kids within the city can't wait actually for this to start, for them to showcase their skills. And for people, a lot of the kids from different areas of the town, and it really brings a lot of them together. Could you speak a little further on that?
Exactly. It brings back some, all this, different areas, warring against one another, but the Triple B is open to all communities. Mm-hmm. All no color involved and none of that. Mm-hmm. Anybody can come play. And when they come here, all that stuff that people seem to think that's going on, it doesn't go on in this gym when they with us. When they involved with us, it's our handshake, trash talk, friendly basketball, and they're having a good time.
That's right. That's right.
And we have people like you, Ralph.
There's no violence in the gym. You know what I mean? Some of the kids don't even know each other, but they get to know each other. And then, like, the Triple B done expanded. We got team. We got a mainland team coming in. We got Oakcrest team coming in. We got ACI too. We got different other facilities. Pleasantville's coming in to join in the league. As the league expand, it's just fun.
Mm-hmm. 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 And it's something for
and the thing, like, the kids are getting so frustrated because in the back of their mind, dang, this is coming. This is about to come to an end. Yep. It's just getting started.
Yep.
And this program particularly deals with a lot of our children that actually comes from places that, like, from Pleasantville, from the inner city, from Stanley Homes, from back Maryland, from the uptown area where a lot of our children are interacting, where we have a problem with that in our community with these particular children, Pleasantville, mainland, these other areas interacting with one another. And when we can get them together in this particular environment with people like yourself, you know what I mean? You're a legend in Atlantic City, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you a CIAA Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? You're somebody that a lot of these kids don't, you know what I mean, might not know unless they get a chance to participate in some of these venues that you are coaching, that you're participating in, where other people are pointing out the history and the legacy of Atlantic City, and you're the perfect example of people, you know what I mean? Say that Ralph Talley, he played for Atlantic City High School. They were one of the best state teams that was in Atlantic City High School. He went on to play for Norfolk State. He went on, you know what I mean, to try out for a lot of NBA teams and things like that. He was one of the best talents to come out of Atlantic City. He's a product of these recreation programs.
Absolutely.
And a lot of other kids can take advantage of that and get something from what you have and your experiences in your life. And you know what I mean, they can't get that, you know what I mean, running the street.
That's right. And you know something, I'm going to give the people that are doing this the benefit of the doubt. If they don't know, we're here to tell them this. You understand? Because it seems like they are oblivious to what's getting ready to happen here. It's a small amount of money to keep these things going, and instead you are bringing all of this hardship and heartache to a community that is frustrated, thinking that programs that they love. I mean, I know some of these kids, you know, that were kind of short to get a growth spurt, and then they say, man, next year I can go out for Triple B and blah, blah, blah.
But according to the administration, they have things in place. Yes, they're going to have things outside of what's going on right now, but they can't tell you that. They can't tell you what's going on. Exactly. They can't tell you who's going to be in these positions after that. And from what I'm hearing through the grapevines, the information that I'm getting, that they're trying to put people in positions to deal with our children who are not even whose jobs don't even entail the experience that out there with children.
That's right.
You know, they're trying to put clerks and other people of positions like that on who knows what their ability or their relationship is with children. Absolutely. And we're just going to put anybody out there to have them facilitate programs and different things with our children, and we don't know if their ability or if they have the capabilities or the experience or the temperament.
And if they do, why don't we know? If they do,
you just can't put anybody outside and have them dealing with our children.
Hey, listen, Ralph, thanks for the call. We have to take a break. Much more of the Kevin Hall Show program on this Friday. Lots of things happening. We're going to share it all with you. It is the 5th day of June, 2015. Kevin, Hank, and Nick will be back. We do have our photographer here. We want to shout out to Chris. Much more of the Kevin Hall Show program right after this on News Talk 1400.
W.O.N.D.
South Jersey's News Talk 1400 W.O.N.D.
The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. It's as American as apple pie. However, over the last 7 years or so, Americans who can't use a tax return or pay stub to qualify have been shut out. Until now, Cash Call Mortgage is happy to announce its new 30-year fixed-rate mortgage up to $3 million for good credit borrowers who can't or won't provide their tax returns or pay stubs. Your payment will never change. Until now, these programs have only been available as some kind of adjustable, and you know which way those adjustables will eventually go. So call 844-890-CASH for all of your 30-year fixed-rate mortgage needs, purchase or refinance. You can even pull up to $500,000 in equity out of your house for any reason whatsoever. Remember, that's 844-890-CASH to find out what today's 30-year fixed rate is with no tax returns. You'll be shocked at how low these rates are.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. Equal housing lender. Call 866-900-8744 for terms and restrictions. NMLS 128231. Not licensed in all states.
Teamwork, dedication, hard work, and sacrifice. Values our nation's military personnel know all too well. And that's the same for us at Gentilini Motors, your local expert for everything automotive. This month, we're giving back to those who have given so much with the Gentilini Motors Memorial Day celebration event that ends with our 39th annual Antique Car and Truck Show on Saturday, June 6th from 10 to 3. It's an all-American celebration with Don Gentilini on the grill, vintage cars and trucks from all eras, car show specials, and fun for the whole family. Visit us online at GentilinIMotors.com or stop by our Woodbine Ford and Chevy dealerships today to save thousands off new or certified pre-owned vehicles. Take advantage of 0% financing on most models or lease one of 13 different models for under $200 a month. With 20 different models that get 30 miles per gallon or better in stock and your next 2 years of scheduled maintenance on us for select models, we're also helping you save after the sale. Gentilini Family Motors, over 60 years of experience, now offering America's top 2 brands in one location and still just a short drive from anywhere.
Get in gear. Get motivated. It's your Great Bay Racket and Fitness Tip of the Day, brought to you by Glenn Insurance.
Hi, this is Michelle Marone, certified personal trainer with Great Bay Racket and Fitness. If you're new to the gym or bored with your current workout routine, try taking an indoor cycling class. This workout utilizes a stationary bike that has various resistance levels. The benefits of a workout are numerous. Indoor cycling is your calorie-burning diamond in the rough. It's a multi-engaging exercise that's ideal for all ages and fitness levels. Indoor cycling has been listed by the American Heart Association as an effective way for improving your cardiovascular health, specifically crafted for a low-impact workout coupled with fierce, sweat-dripping cadences. A spinning workout may also build some muscle tone as it focuses on core muscles as well as glutes and thighs. It is also a great stress reliever as the workout is intensive and fun as the cycling is done to music.
Listen every day for the daily Great Bay Racket and Fitness Tip. Visit them at 90 Mays Landing Road in Summers Point and online at greatbayracketandfitness.com. Sponsored by Glenn Insurance.
We are making memories at Amherst and Madison Avenues. Join the Gator each and every Friday and Saturday night as we go live from Memories in Margate.
So many memories.
We'll start with our happy hour all weekend long, beginning at 4 p.m. with reduced drink prices, draft beer, and surprises. And we go live at night on Cool 98.3. Sunday afternoon, we open up the doors with Frank and Friends from 4 till 6 p.m.
Summer wind.
And returning once again this year in the Garden, enjoy food from Philly's Best as Memories offers famous sandwiches and salads from the award-winning Paisanos in South Philadelphia from 11 a.m. until closing. We'll see you this weekend at Jerry Blavitt's legendary Memories in Margate at Amherst and Madison Avenues.
When you or a loved one is diagnosed with cancer, you want to begin mapping out a treatment plan right away. Naza Cancer Center offers next-day appointments to provide new patients with rapid access to expert care and support at the region's leading cancer center. Next-day appointments at Naza Cancer Center. When it comes to fighting cancer, you shouldn't have to wait.
Who did you let down today? Your wife? Your kids? Well, how about yourself? Take a look in the mirror. If you're tired of your drug and alcohol problem, you need to fix the problem, and right now, before you hurt or kill yourself, or worse yet, somebody else. Call the addiction specialist now at the Detox and Treatment Helpline, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have private insurance, we specialize in finding you the right treatment. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through right now. Let us help you break your addiction to drug and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential and free. So if you have private insurance, take 5 minutes of your time, call right now. I promise it'll change your life. 800-208-5187. 800-208-5187. 800-208-5187. Call right now, 800-208-5187.
And the Kevin Hall Show program continues right here on News Talk 1400 W.O.N.D. You know, when it comes to the running of a city, it's those people who remove your trash and keeps your streets and sidewalks passable, and who keeps your city buildings presentable that tend to be overlooked. But it's those people, members of the blue-collar local union, that maintain and increases the quality of life that you enjoy. You see, here in Atlantic City, that's Local 2303. Who represent the blue-collar workers. Though they do some of the hardest work for the upkeep of the city, they are oftentimes the focus of criticism and ridicule. The Atlantic City blue-collar workers asked me Local 2303 wants to set the record straight They are truly professional and dedicated to their jobs. They reflect the community and are committed to earning and keeping the respect of residents. Tough times confront the residents of Atlantic City, but you can depend on the members of Local 2303 to do their part to make sure the beautiful resort of Atlantic City is all it can be and more. To find out more, why don't you contact the Atlantic City Blue Collar Workers Union, AFSCME Local 2303 at 609-464-4440. That's 609-464-4440. The Atlantic City Blue Collar Workers, AFSCME Local 2303, working with residents to keep Atlantic City clean. And we thank them for their support. Hey, listen, kind of hard to even talk about, some of the...
AFSCME 2303.
Yeah, man, because it's just so much stuff going on, Hank. Let's go ahead on and take this call. They've been waiting. Call number 3. We'll take number 3. Hello and welcome to the show program.
How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Morgan?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, Morgan. Tell me what's on your mind, sir.
With the Atlantic City,
yes,
you see they closing the Rex down and all the after school programs.
Mm-hmm.
We're currently at the recreation center in MLK right now, working on our basketball skills with Mr. Ralph Tolley. And we're having a summer league, but as you can see on the 26th of June, they'll be closing it down, and we'll be out on the street with nothing to do, no organized basketball, or no one to teach us the skills of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the effect of that will be for a lot of the other children that are involved in the program?
We're all hurt.
Do you think that a lot of the other kids will it spill out into other places and maybe some other negative things then now that their time is will be shared into the streets or other activities?
Yes, I see that. I can see in the future, without the rec being open, the teenage crime rate will shoot up, and violence will just take over the Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
15.
And how long have you been coming to the rec center there?
For about 7 years.
My goodness.
And how has that been an important part of your life, or do you look forward to that every day, or your peers?
Yes, we actually meet up every day here and play basketball until it's time to close and go home. And without this, we won't have nothing to do.
Wow, Morgan. We so thank you for your call, Morgan. And, hang in there. We're going to try to do what we can. But, it seems like these people just want to do this no matter what. But we appreciate your call and, much continued success to you and your friends that are trying to maintain MLK over there. 927-1100 is the number to call if there's something that's on your mind. Let's go ahead on and take the Stephen from Atlantic City. Stephen, you've been holding the longest. Good evening and welcome to the show program.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
I just like to say I think it's horrible that the funding's been cut for these programs or children or future, and where else are they going to end up? I have 2 children in Atlantic City public schools, and they do go to after-school programs here. And they're very young at this point, but they're coming up in age. I don't want to rush it.
Do they enjoy the activities that they participate in at rec, Stephen?
Yes. They have friends. We're down beach.
Mm-hmm.
They go to Texas Ave.
Okay.
So, we have a lot of activity down here, and they have friends all over the place. I would not want them any place else in the world but here. But these programs are so essential for their social being, for their social, what do you call it? They're
right. Well, we understand what you mean.
And quite frankly, I appreciate this call because, you know, sometimes when you say recreation, especially in Atlantic City, they put a particular face on it. And just the way that we are being treated right now, it just seems like, are you forgetting that this affects all of us, everybody? It's the Atlantic City community, if you feel what I'm saying, you know?
Right. It does. And I can throw a few more things out there. It's like, okay, somebody told me the other day that the casinos were making $2 billion a year. Okay, they're making $2 billion a year. Why can't they throw us like a little bit of money? And number two, like you want to keep kids off the street, and you want to keep kids in academics and scholastics and everything that's good, to keep them out of crime. So why is it not a good investment? It's a good investment. It's a good investment to invest in our children.
Hey, Stephen, I think that they know that it is a good investment. I think that they are doing this without a full knowledge of this community and all of the possibilities of what can occur. And I think that they're rolling the dice that they're going to be able to use whatever occurs to their benefit. So, well, I just am not seeing regular business thought here.
Or our mayor and our city council, our mayor and city council should really look at this. And I know the city council was bombarded that day. It was a couple of months ago when they were considering the cut off, whatever. Yes. City council got them bombarded, but they should really reconsider and really think about this.
Hey, listen, I mean, you're talking too logical, Stephen. I mean, there's something that is non-logical about this move. We got a lot of calls, so I'd like to thank you for your call. But yeah, it just is so illogical what's going on. I mean, even timing-wise. I mean, all right, 927-1100 is the number to call. Hey, listen, let's go ahead on and take D. D's been on for a moment. D, good evening and welcome to the show program.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Hank.
Hey, D, how you doing?
Have you thought of reaching out to the community?
Yes, we have.
I'm talking about the casinos. You have Bob Bogner at the Borgata. If he's not there, Joe Lupo. And Warren Buffett's trying to give his money away.
Well, I mean...
he owns the press. Now, it's at least you'd probably cough up maybe a couple $100,000.
I think that the idea of the city of Atlantic City needing to put their hand out for $2.8 million for all of...
I'm not going to talk about that. It's not them. Can you, as a private organization, do it? CAT stepped up for the Boys and Girls Club.
The question...
There's money in the city, and it's available, Kevin. You have to get down on your hands and knees.
Well, the question is going to be, who are those people? I mean, and why is there a need for this monumental change in the staffing? And if there was such a reason to do this, could we all know what it is? Can it not be just one
property taxes? They haven't changed, D.
I think. Well, mine have from 1,900 to 8,000. But Kevin, the door closes somewhere. You go to another door. Go through the window.
But your taxes haven't changed, D.
Warren Buffett's trying to give his money away.
Well,
that's what I would do.
I mean,
you have Mark D'Antoni at the resorts. You have, how about Mr. Icon? Do I doubt that one? But I'm sure if you reach out to casinos, because idle hands and idle minds, they're already worried about how these kids will react this summer.
Look, D, I see.
Why cut that particular program is the question.
Yes.
I realize they shouldn't, but they probably.
Why not cut policemen and cut those guys that are making that type of money that they're making?
They're going to need a lot of policemen, guys.
Well, especially now.
We can find policemen anywhere, D. We can find policemen anywhere. We can find policemen anywhere. There's a lot of soldiers coming home who need jobs right now, and they'll take 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Hank, don't beat your head against it. It's not worth it. It's for the kids. Swallow your pride.
I'm saying that. My pride say, why pay them all that money?
Someone will step up. I'll give the first.
My pride say, why pay those policemen all that money? We can cut their salaries right from the door and bring in a whole new group of police officers, diversify the police department because it's not diversified right now as it stands. And get rid of all those old guys that are making all that money and bring in a bunch of new guys. And it doesn't matter who polices us. You know, we want to change what they're making is the key. We want to save money. That's what we're talking about, saving money, right?
$2.8 million.
Because if we're not talking about saving money, then what are we talking about?
It's just it just doesn't make sense.
Calm down, Hank. Calm down. Hank's on a mission.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we're talking about saving money. Everybody talking about saving money. If we're talking about saving money, then this is where the money's at. Let's go to where the money's at. You cutting off people who are not making no money. They're making minimum wage. They can't even pay their bills with that money. Who can live off that money?
Hank, a lot of these people work for the casinos. A lot of their employees.
That's true. That's true, D.
To me, I would go to the casino. You're beating a dead horse.
I'm not saying that, D. That is true. And at this point and where we're at, you're absolutely right. We have to do something about it in the circumstance because they're going to do what they want to do and how they want to do it. So we have to figure out where to go in order to still help the kids at the end of the day. You're absolutely correct.
I know. Kevin, do you remember Prater boy, Quentin Prater, was shot multiple times in the back row?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and his brother was shot too, Eric. I live with them back there, back row. You have to do what you have to do. If I say it's a dead horse. Don't even bother. The city's not worried about it, but I'm still worried about it. So I'll give the first 100 if you want.
Well, that's.
I would reach out to Joe Lupo. Warren Buffett owns the press. His money, they're trying to give the money away.
Well, I mean, even if they're not trying to give the money away, I think that we need to deal with. I think, D, what we really need to deal with is why would we have any kind of faith, confidence, or respect for an administration that would make us have to go crawling and asking somebody for a handout when we should be paramount in their minds in terms of taking care of the citizenry of the city that they are supposed to be governing.
Right.
Their city is not just for casinos.
I know. It's the most important part of the city, the kids. They're our future.
All right.
You want to keep them on the straight and narrow track.
Hey, D.
But that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Well, we appreciate the call, D.
That's a good point, D. Ultimately, that's where the direction that we're going to probably have to go in is with D's suggestion.
Yeah,
and I agree that's
I don't think that we should have to do that.
We shouldn't have to do that, but that's where we're going to have to go.
All right. Look. The Kevin Hall Show program will continue in just a couple of moments right here on News Talk 1400.
W.O.N.D.
Yep. South Jersey's News Talk 1400 W.O.N.D.
Better than News Talk 1400 W.O.N.D. W.O.N.D. Pleasantville.
South Jersey's News Talk 1400 W.O.N.D.
1, 2, 3, go. And the Kevin Hall Show program on a Friday.
Kevin, you didn't ask me about my Vegas trip.
I am going to do that. Matter of fact, I'll do that right after we talk with Kashira. She's calling about the public works employees. So good evening, Kashira, and welcome to the show program.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. What's on your mind, man?
I don't know if you know, but I was just on here with Steven. He was running for council. But I was saying, my nephew, he does karate, but he stays in Atlantic City, and he does karate. He has to do karate out far, and why isn't there any programs like this or any studios? And I do music, so why are there I want in my city, if I stay here, for you to be able to do whatever you want to do at any time you want to do it. And there's not anything out here for younger kids to do.
And
they just go around and get into trouble, and it's not safe. That's why the police are needed. I feel why the police are needed. I feel that aspect.
And quite frankly, I agree with you, Kashira, but I think that what we need to do is make sure, or what we should have been able to do, is make sure that the community felt good and comfortable about letting the people who were administering these buildings know that they had particular needs and things, because I do know that in many cases the senior citizens do a great job in terms of locking in a lot of the public buildings, especially over at the AC PAL, in which they do their programs. But just like Kashira said, go ahead.
I see the cops on a day-to-day basis. They walk around. I see them. Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I see them. They walk around, but they're just being seen and not really. I don't know. Like, like they're just floating. Like, I don't know.
I do understand your concern.
Like, I get the comfortable, keep the tourists comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Keep the tourists comfortable and make sure like they're secure and where they're walking at. I get that. Like, government, but it's like when things actually happen, like, where are they at?
Hey, Kashira, excuse me.
Yes.
Your point has been that you would like to see more different types of programs offered than the programs that are being offered currently.
Right, for kids, like for the youth, like, studios or like some of the people that people are really into. Like karate. There's no karate. Like, I don't know karate. It's like a program uptown. I know it's like they used to do karate.
Right.
Stuff like.
But we have to request that as a community. We have to start requesting things.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Our people have to be heard. Like,
yes.
In radio like this, and say, hey, I want this, and I want that, and I want that. They can just assume for it to pop up out of anywhere. They have to speak up and say, hey, I want this in my community or that in my community, and nobody wants to do that because they be like, if you speak up, then things really will get done, but nobody wants to do that, so nothing gets done.
And you're absolutely right. That's it.
Kashira, you're absolutely right.
And
people are not opening their mouths saying what they want, and we're not. We're waiting.
Don't get said.
Right. We wait for other folks to come and tell us what we need and what we want a lot of times versus us saying and stepping up, saying and asking for what we think that we need or our children need and the type of programs that they want presented to them.
And just like Kashira said, I mean, just to use, this platform to just call in and start talking about things, getting things out there. We heard a couple of weeks about some people trying to put together a town hall situation. Right. And we're going to try to put you on that, and maybe we'll have some more to share next week.
Kashira, could you call, maybe leave your number with our engineer in there, and we could put you on this town hall information that's coming out, and you can come out and voice your opinion at that town hall about the things that you would like to see. My
nephew, he just moved out. He just moved to Lake Street. I want him to be active because he's like me. He has to stay like into everything. He does karate and he does music. And he dances, and my sister, she does cheerleading. So I need stuff to be like really out here, and I need them to be doing what they need to be doing while they're out here. So I'm trying to keep everybody, my family, and everybody
involved.
Busy, yes, involved.
Hey, right. Kashira, thank you so much for the call. Hold on, Nick is going to take your information, but I'm hoping more people will do as she has done. Sat down and said, look, I don't exactly know what the process is, but I know I got to get it out there.
Right.
And she said she could use...
I hope from what we've been hearing that some folks are trying to get... this town hall meeting going on at the Armory or somewhere like that.
Yes.
That there's been talk of that. And we could truly use something like that, and we can talk about some of our issues and respect everybody's opinions. Some folks, like all of us, I'm long-winded. Mm-hmm. Other folks are long-winded. Keep get our questions together and come in looking for just the question, because we present the question because we might not have an answer for the question at the time. Mm-hmm. But the thing is to put the question out there, put these issues out there, and we can start with just expressing what we're feeling and what we're thinking. And then having people digest it a little bit and try to come up with some type of solutions for it. Mm-hmm. And for our answers and our questions. And as a group, as a community, collectively, we have to really start loving one another and respecting one another, and to change the way that things are going and how we're dealing with one another within our community.
Well, I'm hoping that we get a chance to find out more about it happening, but more importantly, I'm hoping that things are not exacerbated by what's going on right now, because I'm telling you, during the thing that we did yesterday with the Triple B basketball, when I went into that building, there was just kind of like a sadness. You know what I'm saying? We heard from a couple of people, Coach Ralph Talley and one of the kids that was there.
Yes.
It's just so, it's like a pall just hanging over everything. And the worst part about it is that, it's not necessary.
They were going through the motions of something that usually is, and not sure if it's going to continue, but they're going through the motions and trying to get it in, hoping that they'll be able to continue it, even pass through the 26th, hopefully, and everyone's keeping their fingers crossed. Again, we don't feel like the city itself has its plan together. I never thought they had their plan in the first place. They just on the wing decided to do something.
Yes.
It was a great idea. Someone threw up, some genius who doesn't belong to the city, doesn't know how the city works, doesn't respect our children, doesn't respect our community, doesn't respect our people here.
That's right.
And basically, these individuals are taking it upon themselves to come up with ideas and things that affect many people's lives.
And seem to be just totally oblivious to the impact of these decisions, acting like we are pieces as opposed to bleeding and beating hearts. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's like we can do this, and I'm trying to figure out why is it so necessary to do this for such a small amount of money, Hank?
Because they got their bully caps on. They allowed the governor and the monitor, and they know that the people are scared with the threat of retirement or we're going to lose your jobs. And with that threat, they can do anything that they want. They can push you over. They can say what they want. They can threaten you at every corner. But until we stand up and fight them and challenge everything that they do, they're going to keep trying to do what they're doing. And I'm not allowed to let them push me over and run me out of town and do anything to me without challenging them and making sure that by law, and challenging them that they can do what they're doing. And we haven't been doing that. We haven't had people to stand up like that to these people like that and say, well, is this legal? Is this okay? Because we don't think it's all right. We don't think it's legally by law. All we know is what you and the governor are saying, and y'all make up your law as it goes.
Yes, and the worst part about it is that the outcome of the election didn't seem to really
change nothing.
Boy, and that's sad.
Change nothing. We need some guys up there on this time around, get some kahunas. Get some kahunas.
Absolutely. Of course, we'll get a chance to talk about some of that during the campaign, during the general election. But we don't want to be sitting up here thinking, just anything will happen. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Kev, let me tell you something right now. I stayed out the fryer right now, or this election round right now, because there's too much going on. Everything is already in the makings right now. It's written.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? You don't have enough people on your side to stand up like men and challenge what is written and make them go the other way. It's unnecessary, you know what I mean? One man can't make that happen.
Much more coming up after this on the Kevin Hall Show program.
News Talk 1400.